Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My topic is bladder pain syndrome. Bladder pain syndrome is chronic pelvic or bladder related pain associated with urinary frequency and urgency, lasting more than 6 weeks in the absence of infection or any identifiable cause. Epidemiology. Its BPS predominantly affects women. Female to male ratio ranges from 4:1 to 10:1. Mean age at diagnosis is 40 years. Typical presentation occurs between 30 to 50 years, and it is a diagnosis of exclusion. Etiology and pathophysiology. It is multifactorial, chronic inflammatory pain disorder with no single proven cause. Current evidence supports interaction between bladder epithelial injury, neurogenic inflammation, immune activation, pelvic floor dysfunction. Trigger factors: infection, stress, trauma, autoimmune tendency that causes urothelial dysfunction, defective glycosaminoglycan layers, urinary toxins and potassium leak into bladder wall, inflammation plus mast cell activation, neurogenic inflammation that causes central sensitization, pelvic floor spasm that causes chronic pain, frequency and urgency. Main proposed mechanism is urothelial dysfunction, in which defective bladder mucosal barrier causes increased permeability of potassium and toxins to penetrate bladder wall, causes inflammation and sensory nerve activation. Neurogenic inflammation. Sensory nerves release neuropeptides like substance P, CGRP, tachykinins, leads to chronic pain and bladder hypersensitivity. Central nervous system sensitization contributes to persistent symptoms. Mast cell activation. Increased mast cells found in bladder wall. Histamine and inflammatory mediators release produce pain, urgency, frequency, and associated with autoimmune disease, IBS, fibromyalgia, Sjogren's syndrome, lupus. These causes chronic immune mediated inflammation may contribute in pain. Pelvic floor dysfunction. Chronic pelvic pain causes pelvic floor muscle spasm, muscle hypertonicity worsens, urgency and dyspareunia. Many patients improve with pelvic floor physiotherapy. Important points for talks are: urothelial dysfunction is one of the most accepted mechanism. Defective glycosaminoglycan layers increase bladder permeability. Potassium sensitivity triggers pain and urgency. Explains rationale for glycosaminoglycan replenishment therapy. Hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, and pentosan polysulfate. Chronic nerve sensitization pathway. Bladder injury, sensory nerve activation, release of substance P and CGRP, mast cell deregulation, degranulation, histamine and cytokine release, peripheral sensitization, central sensitization that causes chronic pelvic and bladder pain. Important point for talks. Chronic pain persists even without infection. Neurogenic inflammation amplifies pain perception. Central sensitization explains severe urgency, pain hypersensitivity, associated chronic pain syndromes. Basis for using amitriptyline, neuromodulators, and behavioral therapy. Risk factors: female sex, strong female predominance, hormonal pelvic pain mechanism may contribute. Chronic pain disorders, central sensitization, increased risk of chronic bladder pain. Irritable bowel syndrome and fibromyalgia, common overlap syndrome associated with chronic pain and amplification. Anxiety, depression, chronic symptoms significantly associated with psychological distress. Endometriosis, recurrent UTI may trigger chronic bladder inflammation, pelvic floor dysfunction, and history of pelvic surgery or trauma. Possible bladder nerve sensitization may cause pain. Clinical features, cardinal features, main symptoms of BPS: pain, most important symptom, bladder related pelvic pain or pressure, Pain associated with bladder filling and relief by avoiding is highly suggestive of BPS. Frequency. Passing urine very frequently, often more than 10 to 15 times per day in severe disease. Urgency. Persistent urge to void, usually driven by pain, discomfort rather than fear of leakage. Nocturia, frequent nightmare urination, causes sleep disturbance. Characteristic of pain, it is suprapubic pain located in suprapubic region, pelvis, urethra, lower abdomen, may radiate to back, groin or vagina. Additional pain features are burning sensations, pressure, heaviness, chronic pelvic discomfort, pain during intercourse, may coexist with vulvodynia, sleep disturbance, fatigue, poor concentration. Psychological symptoms, anxiety, depression, emotional distress, reduced quality of life, GI symptoms, bloating, IBS like symptoms. History taking, presenting complaints. If pain is presenting complaint, then complete Socrates. Then urinary history, gynae history, sexual history, psychosexual history. And examiner will ask some important questions: relation of pain to bladder filling, any hematuria, dyspareunia, infection history. I'll cover detailed history in separate session. Red flag signs: hematuria, weight loss, fever, recurrent UTI, smoking history. Examination, general examination include pallor, cachexia, distress, abdominal examination, suprapubic tenderness, pelvic floor examination, pelvic floor tenderness, exclude prolapse, masses, PID, vulvodynia, endometriosis. Differentials: UTI, overactive bladder, endometriosis, stone, TB bladder, STI, PID. Investigations: urine test, urine analysis, culture, cytology, and blood test, CBC, CRP, renal function, and voiding diary, explain importance, symptom scores, O'Leary, SAT, and VAS pain score, cystoscopy, and hydrodistension biopsy. Management include patients' education, lifestyle modification, stress reduction, fluid advice, bladder training, dietary modification, foods to avoid caffeine, citrus, spicy foods, and pelvic floor physiotherapy and oral medication, amitriptyline, pentosan, polysulfate, antihistamine, and then invasive intravesical lidocaine, heparin, and neuromodulation, sacral nerve stimulation, botulinum toxin, surgery as a last resort. Its complications are depression, sexual dysfunction, poor quality of life. Now I covered separate session, the counseling station, talk structure discussion, how to present case